Informational terrorism is a direct influence on the psyche and consciousness of people to shape desired opinions and judgments that guide people's behavior. It's a form of negative influence on individuals, society, and the state through various types of information, aiming to weaken and destabilize the constitutional order.
Nowadays, simply scrolling through the news feed in your gadget in the morning can make you a victim of informational terrorism, murders, shootings, persecutions, slander, suffering of innocent people, story after story. You listen, read, and watch as innocent people in various parts of the world, public figures, groups of people, international organizations, religious and political entities, and even government officials are subjected to hatred, groundless discreditation, brutal persecution, and public punishments. It's unfair, unjust, and inhumane. Yet, government institutions allow this to happen and often participate in those repressions themselves. Each of such stories is an act of terrorism aimed against you and your countries. It is crucial to understand that not every negative news story or unpleasant piece of information you encounter in the media is an act of informational terrorism. Informational terrorist acts are not just a chaotic spread of negative information. Unlike ordinary bad news, acts of informational terrorism carried out by the enemy of democracy are always meticulously planned and systematic. An informational terrorist attack is always a targeted and organized campaign aimed at achieving specific goals. The ultimate goal of an informational act of terrorism is to instill a sense of helplessness and fear in society, and most importantly, to create conditions where the population, meaning all of you, would begin to distrust your country's leadership. Later on, you will learn how the enemy uses informational terrorist attacks to destabilize the constitutional order in your countries. Informational terrorism purposely targets your subconsciousness, bypassing critical thinking. It's a whole scheme of influencing your mind and psyche, which the enemy itself developed. Through informational terrorist attacks, the enemy has been breaking your psyche and that of billions of other people for many years, causing division among you. Informational acts of terrorism conducted through the media have two types of consequences, internal and external. Let's start by examining the internal consequences: destruction of your mental and physical health,